Hi you, my name is Gavin, and in this whole video we're gonna go down under there. Under where, you might be asking? Well, you're not that far off. We're actually headed down to Greenville, Ohio, where there's a criminal on the loose. This hardened breaker of laws has been terrorizing folks in Greenville for more than 10 years. And like most serial criminals, this guy has a type. His victims tend to be, shall we say, older gentlemen with leftward political leanings. 100% of his victims have been dog lovers. And strangely, 100% of them have lived at 614 North Broadway. So let's go down to Greenville. We're gonna get into the deepest, darkest orifices of the human condition. We're gonna get dirty and smelly. So let's push on in, shall we? On Sunday, May 30th at 3:15 in the morning, a little old fella named Matthew Guyette noticed the sound of rustling of leaves coming from the shrubs of his property. Panic struck as the sound pierced his being. This was the sound that kept him up nights, taunting him from across the yard. The sound wasn't the wind, it was a more unnatural sound. And as the rustling continued, he expected to hear what usually came next, a grunting, the sound of struggle, followed by intense satisfaction. And then the worst part, the crinkling of napkins. Unlike other times he'd heard the disturbance, Matthew was determined not to cower in fear and anguish, but to stop the 10-year terror that had been rained down upon him in diarrheal loads of consternation. Matthew was a man who saw things as they are, in black and white and brown. His shoes may have been covered in the human manure of the serial pooper of Greenville, but his heart, that was clean and pure. He'd been the victim of feculent barrages too long, and now he'd put an end to it. In a flash of fabulous light, Matthew was on his feet and headed out the door, his Biden-Harris nightshirt billowing as the evening air breezed by him. His strides were long and determined, and within just a few seconds, there he was, face to face with him, the Gobden of Greenville, the midnight stooler, the BMer of Broadway, Jerry Dietrich, the serial pooper himself. Jerry was, shall we say, startled. In 10 years, no victim had ever seen his face. And now, with his pants around his ankles, squatting into shrubs, an ovular puddle of amber liquid glistening in the streetlights beneath him, he was concerned. Jerry was, after all, a pillar in the community. A long-term resident of Greenville, he had retired from his profession as a school teacher. Dietrich pulled up his trousers and he fled the scene. I mean, how could he not? Of course, I bet it itched when it dried. Matthew was not done with him. He immediately contacted police, who dispatched Officer Sam Conley to the scene. It was Matthew's great attention to detail that made it possible for him to describe the clothing worn by the serial pooper to Officer Conley, who picked up Dietrich in the neighborhood in short order. Ironically, it was Matthew's anal nature that caught the serial pooper of Greenville and brought him to justice. Officer Conley put Dietrich into the back of his police cruiser and he questioned him. And fortunately for you and me, his microphone was recording.
Jerry, you're in custody for 2 reasons. Number 1, you were trespassing. And then there's number 2.
Okay. I wasn't trespassing, and I wasn't dropping a deuce. I was just walking by, I swear. I was up at Danny's bar like I am all the time. I was walking home, he saw me walking, that's all. That guy's always had to stick up his caboose for me,
Jerry,
you know?
if you were walking home from Danny's, you'd walk past your house to get here. Have you been on Maddie's lawn?
Okay, you caught me. I'm the serial pooper of Greenville, I admit it. I on Maddie's lawn all the time. But I have my reasons, Sammy. Solid ones.
What possible reason could you have for on Maddie's lawn, Jerry?
He's a liberal, Sammy. A liberal. He voted for Joe Biden, for crying out loud. I am a Trump man. A Trump man. You know that.
You're free to go. Now scat.
The serial pooper was discharged. Mr. Dietrich was charged with littering. Apparently, the crumpled up napkins he used to wipe his own bum count as litter. And he was warned and trespassed against 614 North Broadway. He was instructed never to go onto property ever again, even if he really, really needed to go. Officer Conley filed his report. It wasn't a crap ton of paperwork, just a few pages. And that is where our story is done. It's rather a stinky situation all the way around, isn't it? Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you sticking around. Alright then, I'll see you as always real soon in the next video. Until then, look after yourselves, stay safe. Gavin out.